Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Broadcasting around the world.
Well, hello.
This is your #1 internet radio station. Smile. 5, 4, 3, 1, 0.
Rich and Chris and Drive Time, Smile Radio.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are happy days. These days are share them with me.
Goodbye, gray sky, hello, blue. Nothing can hold me when I hold you. It feels so right, it can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling. Happy Friday, everybody. Well, welcome to Smile Radio. Rich without Chris. We're live in Harrison Towers. We're joined with the Big Rooster boys. How you doing, guys?
Hello.
Hey there, Roosterinos.
Yeah, we've got Patrick, we've got Ruben, and we've got Max. Thanks for joining us, guys.
You are most
You're all right.
welcome.
Yeah.
Good
So-
to be here again. For
So-
the second time.
Second time, yeah, we'll be promoting your EP, so we'll dedicate an hour to you guys.
Nice.
And we'll be touching on various things about what your musical influences are and all this kind of stuff, and generally just having a bit of fun.
Very good.
Lovely.
We like a bit of fun, don't we? So we're gonna, first of all, I'm gonna kick it off with a bit of where are we? We have to. Oh, we've got windows open here, so if you can hear the background noise of the traffic, because it's red out in here, there's some hot air. So I'm just gonna kick off with a bit of pulp to start off with, but we're right back after a bit of Jarvis Cocker.
Oh, we were born within an hour of each other. Our mother said we could be sister and brother. Your name is Deborah, Deborah. It never suited you. And they said that when we grew up, we'd get married and never split up. Oh, we never did it. Although I often thought of it. Oh, Deborah, do you recall? Your house was very small, with wood chip on the wall. When I came round to call, you didn't notice me at all. And I said, let's all meet up in the year 2000. Won't it be strange when we're all fully grown? Be there 2 o'clock by the fountain down the road. I never knew that you'd get married. I would be living down here on my own. On that damp and lonely Thursday years ago. You were the first girl at school to get breasts, and mine said that you were the best. Oh, the boys all loved you, but I was a mess. I had to watch and try and get you undressed. We were friends, that was as far as it went. I used to walk you home sometimes, but it meant nothing to you. 'Cause you were so popular. Deborah, do you recall? Your house was very small, with wood chip on the wall. When I came round to call, you didn't notice me at all. And I said, let's all meet up in the year 2000. Won't it be strange when we're all fully grown? Be there 2 o'clock by
back. Rich,
Hello there.
Now then.
Richard without Chris, and we've just lost Pat. Where's he gone? Is it? Whoa! Hang on a minute.
What's going on here?
Hey, you'll have to wait, Lars. You'll have to wait. So yeah, Patrick's done one. Where's he gone? Has he had a call from his agent?
I think he's gone to embrace the storm. It's like a spiritual thing. He's taking all his clothes off. He's dancing in the rain.
Some people will pay a lot of money for that, won't they? So in his absence, anyway, and obviously without Chris, we're hoping we're going to be able to catch Chris. He's coming back up from Cardiff, so we're going to try and get him on the phone, and no doubt he'll be ripping us.
Lovely. I can't wait to be ripped to shreds.
As usual, yeah. It makes a change from him doing it to me anyway. It's nice to be not part of that. Anyway, so Big Rooster Jeff, how are you doing? Welcome back.
We're grand,
Yeah, really good,
Much
thanks.
has
So
changed.
what's been going on? Tell me, what's the word on the street? What's you've had various gigs going on. You were Warehouse 23 in Wakefield. Go on, over to you, Max.
Last time we were with you, it was the release date of our first video.
It was, yeah.
Now we've released the full EP. So it's on Spotify and streaming platforms. And now we've also got like physical copies of it,
Right.
which is selling really well.
So
Super
how can individuals purchase this EP, the physical copy?
Well, they can direct message us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep,
They can
slide
DM
into
us
our DMs.
and then ask for a copy, and we can gladly post it to them for the payment of the EP.
Yeah, we've got a PayPal.
Yeah, we've got PayPal. And if they want just a digital copy, iTunes, anything like that, you can go and buy it. And you also get a free high quality download of the amazing artwork by John Chamberlain.
The highest quality
Beautiful.
artwork. And it's on Bandcamp as well.
Mhm.
Oh, it's digitally available everywhere.
Yeah, Deezer for the people who have Deezer and not Spotify, it's on there.
Yeah,
And you could come to a shows and get it in person,
exactly.
and we'll sign it for you.
Yep, we do signed copies now.
And Pat will give you a kiss.
I think the latter part's just sold it to me.
Pat, if you object to giving people kisses, say something now. What's that? Nothing? Okay.
Yeah. He's all over it, isn't he?
It's legally binding now.
Fantastic.
Kissing the storm god.
I know, look at it. Go one extreme to another. So, tell us all about the gig at the Warehouse 23. What happened? When were that?
Oh, that was super tasty. That was that in April?
End of March, I think.
End of March, yeah. And we were playing with Zal Clemenson,
Yep.
supporting that rock and roll legend who's played with sensational Alex Harvey band, Nazareth. They had a really good backline. Everything was super tasty. We went on and we did, I think, a 40-minute set.
Ooh, can you hear the thunder?
Whoa.
Oof. Yep, so we did a 40-minute set.
40-minute
super
set.
tasty, good backline. The lighting was excellent as well. We got some very good pictures taken.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
footage.
And we played for about 40 minutes, which is perfect for us. Played like
He's
all
back.
of us big hits and that. Being a progressive sort of experimental band, a lot of the songs are long, so you know when we get those shorter sets, it's not very good. Half an hour, it's like 2 songs to us. So.
Well, that obviously leads me loosely into a gig that we've organised between ourselves for the Samantha Sykes Foundation. And again, you guys have come in, and I can't thank you enough for that. It's a fantastic cause. It's a cause that's very close to me, and you know, so you've got a couple of hours to strut your stuff, and the floor will be yours. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So.
We're going to ruffle some feathers.
I know,
Yeah, I've said that for a while.
I know it won't be long before we had some reference to chickens. Oh, roosters, sorry, roosters.
Roosters.
So, right, what song are we going to kick off then? Which one do you want to kick off with on your EP?
Shall we change the order since
Yeah.
last time we did it in normal order?
Yeah.
Shall we start with Complex Boy? That's a bit
Yeah.
of a
So,
punchy kind of dude.
do you want to tell us a little bit about it before, or should we listen to it then? Tell us where.
Yeah, let's give it a listen. Then.
Let's play it. So right then, so Complex Boy. That's it. This is Big Rooster Jeff live on Smile Radio. You're listening to Rich without Chris, and if you're listening, Chris, let us know what you're thinking so far. All right, we're right back after a bit of Complex Boy. Right then. So give us a bit more information about Complex Boy then.
It's too complex for words, really. I'd composed most of that one before I came into the band, and at this point I was writing acoustic music and I was like performing acoustic stuff. I came out with that and I was like, this is not a song for acoustic guitars, this needs drums, this needs other things. So these boys came in and helped it turn into the epic piece that it is.
We try.
Yeah.
And just took loads of the production ideas, just basically pinched little bits of what I liked like little sound effects and stuff. I basically pinched what I liked hearing in other people's stuff and suggested that being added in. You know, like the piano at the beginning goes, just things like that.
Should we let you into a Rooster secret?
Go on then.
The first person that we've ever disclosed this to live on air. We refer to all of the songs when they're in the beta stage as something boy.
Yeah.
So, like, if Pat's written a song, we'll be like, oh, we're going to play Pat Boy this week, because he's not been named yet. Complex Boy came about because at the time it was the most complex song that we had. Yeah.
So we were talking off air before we come on when Kev was on about lyrics and how people come out. I just think it's probably, I say this a lot. I'm a frustrated musician and I have no real music prowess whatsoever. I'm rubbish in that kind of thing. I'm not dedicated enough, to be fair.
Yeah.
But to be able to write a song and how did you come about with that? How did you? Do you know what I mean? Is it? How did you come up with the concept of that particular song?
That one was a B-side from an acoustic album that I was writing and never got put onto the acoustic album. So it actually fits like melodically with this other acoustic stuff, but because it's meant for bigger things, we decided to do it with the band instead. So that was... It's taken like out of context and it's put into this whole kind of new feel, and I think that helped us be really like creative with it.
So when did you first write it? When did you start penning it?
I must be like, well, we've been doing the band about 18 months, so maybe like 4 years ago when I wrote that one. So it's been, sitting in the Rooster cage for a long time.
In the pen.
In the pen, yeah.
So what? I know I'm trying to drill. What inspired you to write? This is the bit I'm trying to get down to. What is it that? I don't know. Is it?
Oh well,
love.
No.
Because if you've got Adele and Sam Smith, for argument's sake, theirs is all about heartache and if they hadn't had the heart broken, they wouldn't have wrote them songs. You know what I mean? And
yeah. Well, it's sort of it's the same kind of sort of place. I was just really bummed out at the time, and it's just about the different elements of that really. But to be honest, I've forgotten why I was so bummed out. Like, things are good now. I'm in a good band. When I look back and listen to those songs, it's I can't really relate that much anymore.
But you always need a sad song to feel a lot better about something.
Yeah, too right. You need to indulge and get it all out. But I don't really think in that way anymore. So it's we're doing more bouncy stuff now.
We are.
So when you're writing your stuff now, then all the other ones we've got Redshift, we've got let me just get my list up here. We've got Lapras, Redshift, MPC. I love MPC. I have to say.
Yeah.
I think it's my best one. It's my
very well crafted.
I didn't know that.
So a lot of love in the room.
So if it's just come to me, if I could sum up what like the main sort of theme of the Complex Boy lyrics are, and all the songs from those times, it's sort of things like resentment and things that you sort of built up that you can't say to people, so you've got to put it in a song, especially towards you, Ruben.
For listeners who don't know, Ruben is Max's brother, so
It's
similar rivalry. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, okay. I'll let that slide now. I won't beat you up anymore about that. But it's just interesting. I just find it interesting how people, and especially people who write songs for other people, because that you're talking about your own experience, and like you say, how you can, and like suppose it's a good way if you have an argument with somebody and you always go away thinking, I wish I'd have said that.
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah,
you put it in a song, so you know. But it's a good way of
So they can listen to it over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you notice how like 90% of pop punk lyrics are about like an argument.
Which probably never happened, which is the argument they wanted to have.
Like, can you imagine like being like a lass and like going out with the singer from a pop punk band and then like having an argument and thinking, oh no, half the world's gonna hear about this.
Oh, bluff funny. By the way, we've just had a message from Julie from the charity saying, say thank you for the boys. Thank you very much. So Julie says thank you from the Samantha Sykes.
Anytime.
You haven't heard him yet, love. So let's get to the next song. Which one you're going to go for?
Lapras.
Lapras.
I say we do Lapras because it's so far. We did have another instrumental song, and it didn't go down as well. I think we called it Irish Sunshine.
We did.
Because it had a bit of like a Celtic-y type vibe, and that's sort of been left in the dust.
Mm-hmm.
But I think on his next set of recordings we'll have another instrumental. I hope we do.
At least one.
So I'll leave it to you to introduce it then, Pat.
This is Lapras by Big Rooster Jeff.
Yeah, boy.
Like that one.
Like that one, yeah. It's a good job we want live then, seriously. So who was the genius behind that then?
Well, like most of our songs, it's generally me. No, I can't remember actually.
It was
I think
actually-
it was just you started jamming that one riff at the beginning,
yeah,
and it became a song.
I think it was Max did the riff, and then I did the chords, so the backing for the track, and then Pat did the rest of it.
And Ruben's
singing
playing
and
the
sing,
drums.
and sing, yeah.
Rube's playing like piano strings on this one
Yeah.
instead of piano, so that's like nice and diverse.
And it adds
you
to
know.
the atmosphere. And we just want it to sound as evil as possible.
So how does that work then? Excuse my ignorance.
Piano strings, basically, on digital instrument, you know, like on a traditional piano, you've got one piano sound. On a digital, you've got multiple, and what you can do is if you hold down the button, you can layer two sounds up together, so I can have the piano and the strings and play them at the same time. So I had, but it just added to it, didn't it? It just added, because like when we did it without it, it just sounded a bit bare, but then when we did them both, it just added that constant sound.
Very good, very good. So you'll have to, you know, for people like me who are novices, I haven't got a clue what it.
I never do. I generally, I'm quite lucky, me.
you just beat your drum. She cried laughing.
Cadence, what?
So yeah, it's just a really cheap way of recording sort of like violin sort of sounds with the piano.
But it adds more atmosphere, because if we'd have just got an orchestra to do violins, it'd just sound like a traditional song with strings on it. But because it's combined with piano and it's cheap sounding strings, I think that makes it sound different rather than it just being someone actually playing strings.
So how long did it take you to record that then?
Well, we jammed that one out, and that's probably his fastest song.
Yeah.
Probably because there's no lyrics. We don't have to answer any of that.
Yeah.
But we just knocked it out in one practice pretty much, and and then just like that we were playing it at gigs.
Yeah.
And we just tell people this is an improvised number, and just go from section to section. But it all worked really well.
I think the drums were a one taker on that as
yeah.
well.
No,
at the
whole thing was a one take
Pretty much,
in the studio.
yeah.
Because I actually played the drums wrong there, whereas contrary to how I'd play it live, there's just one bit at the end where I just keep a beat going longer than I do live, but I keep forgetting every time, so it's just I just play it two different ways now. It doesn't affect anyone else, it's only me that notices it, so it's
It
alright.
affects me.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed now.
That drumming riff though, it always gets in way of the lyrics. Do you know what I mean? It always gets in way of the
Well,
lyrics.
we'd gone to Parish for a pint, I think, halfway through recording. I don't know if we'd done that one prior or not.
No, that was the last one we did, because all the other ones, when we got the tracks back, we had like 3 takes, and that one, it was 6 p.m. and we'd been in there all day.
And we had a gig to go
Yeah,
to.
and we were just thinking,
right.
let's just do this as quick as possible. And that's why live it's only about 80 BPM.
Yeah.
So who started? Was it just a jam that you did, or did you have a thing in mind, or?
I'd written the riff at home, and I wrote it like less with melody in mind and more with like somewhere fun to put my fingers. But I want to write something that's like proper cool, nice and slidey, and like you get to like wriggle along like you're playing Guitar Hero. That's where that like that bit comes from.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And it's just so fun to play. It's like hand massage that you're giving yourself and the guitar.
Is that what you're asking permission for?
And it's just great. But weirdly enough, I wrote it just thinking, you know what, screw melody, I'm going to write something that's really fun to play like physically for my hands. But it's actually become one of the most melodic and cool songs in the music field as well. So
And for all you big Genesis fans out there, when Max played that, I think I wanted to do something like the early Genesis albums with the strings. I thought I want to copy that, but not too much. I want to do a similar sort of thing to that. And I think combined with that different riff, I think that made it special.
Well, just to say, I've never said this before. I've always thought it was like the dance track that we do. Do you know what I mean? So that's totally opposite to what you reckon. Because that's like 90s dance strings, isn't it? And that,
yeah, but that's only because they're the only strings I could afford.
and that drum beats, I don't know, it's straightforward.
But I suppose it's like that because it's the only one that goes 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way from the second it starts to the second it finishes.
Right, yeah,
it's the only one that stays at a constant tempo with no changes.
It's nice and lively.
Yeah.
It's uppity.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
We've all learned something today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to know where the name of the song came from?
I would. God, are you telepathic?
It's
He's looking into my soul. Go on.
the eye of the rooster. It's called Lapras after the Pokemon Lapras,
Right.
who is a semi-legendary water Pokemon. and it's named like that because the song is legendary and it gives people semis.
Right. We're on about houses now, yeah?
Yeah. Awfully rude.
Is that the reference you were asking?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's pretty tame. I don't know where we're going to go, but anyway. So, that's really, really interesting, Max. Thank you very much.
Cheers. I don't have any more rudeness in me for the hour.
But for now,
Not until
Ruben-
Chris gets on phone.
yeah. Well, we've since the thunderstorm. Oh, we're back on. I've got signal again now. We lost through the lightning storm. I lost mobile signal. So anyway, great radio, that isn't it? We're gonna get a Sony next year, aren't we? Definitely. So we've got either MPC or Redshift. What are we going with, kids?
Ruben, what do you think?
Let's do Redshift.
Okay.
Best for last.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
So this is Redshift by Big Rooster Jeff. You listen to Rich Without Chris live on Smile Radio. And don't forget, we're on Facebook Live. We're waving at the camera. It's not really good radio, but if you want to send us a message, it's Smile Radio Yorkshire, or Instagram and Twitter, Smile Radio 3, or if you want to drop me an email, richard@smileradio.co. We'll be right back after Redshift. Rooster.
Old and new, a red shift.
We're back with Big Rooster Jeff, boys, live in the Smile Radio studio. Can't even speak without Chris.
Yes.
So, tell us about that one. Come on, tell me all about who wrote that.
I think it got to a point where there was initial ideas coming in, but that one, that was of the time, wasn't it? That was an idea you had that progressed.
Mm-hmm. That song, you know, I was telling you about the acoustic album that I wrote before, that Complex Boy was written at the same time as that. Redshift actually appears on that album. It's the last track of the acoustic album that I'd written a while ago. But I felt the same as that as about Complex Boy. It deserves more. It's epic. However, Redshift does translate nicely to acoustic, so it's on that album. Then we brought it over to band.
It was massively different.
But it just finished
Yeah.
but originally it just finished before the piano solo. That wasn't part of it. It just ended before that bit. And from there on, that was the bit we added. It just finished there.
Because
and then we
both,
added that
for me,
solo in.
when me and Chris listened to it, for me, both Redshift and MPC are very, and this is a compliment, by the way, it's very Bowie-esque. I mean, I love Bowie, personally, but, it were a bit, you know, the Ziggy Stardust kind of, that's the, when I was listening to it, I don't know if I've got the right feel for it there, but that's my interpretation of it.
Well, yeah, interesting you say that, because Redshift, it's actually sort of about space, and Bowie's got a whole spacey kind of thing going on. Like a Redshift is, I think, it's something to do with like physics, like measuring like the distance between like planets and stuff like that, and how far they move away from each other and stuff. And the lyrics, it's all like quite spacey. It says like, I told them to build ships, time to birth into gods. It's about the idea that we can sort of like transcend Earth through space and like enter into the next age, you know. Not that I believe that, but it's about like the general concept of it, you know. And so like I'd written that and brought that to band. Interestingly, Ruben had written MPC pretty much and then brought that to band as well, so it were all premeditated stuff.
Yeah.
No, I do that and MPC. I really, they are my favourites. So I'd be interested. So before we go to the last one, what have you? Are you still obviously writing stuff? Are you?
Well, so these boys have written lots of songs, and then I wrote one.
Did you?
But it's taken a year for me to be able to play it. So I've played this song for these boys, and they got it down straight away. It was a strange guitar riff with a bit of a verse and something else and an ending. And then once they'd learned it, we were ready to go, and I just couldn't play it on drums because it's a strange time signature, and I've only just worked it out over the last couple of weeks. So, but hopefully by the end of this year, that'll be out on the gig.
But
it's going
to be ready.
Hopefully.
In
you
2 weeks' time.
in 2
when
weeks'
we play the 360 Club.
It's
On the 23rd of August.
I'll be ready.
It's going to be
Everybody
played.
knows.
For all
ready.
For all you listeners, it will be played at the Horbury Working Men's Club, possibly for its second or third ever performance.
That's right.
So so just tell everybody when you're playing. Go on, when you're playing 360 Club on the 23rd of August.
Yeah, we've got
that's
360 Club Leeds.
Yeah. So
23rd of August.
tickets still available.
Tickets still available. Then that weekend we've got 3 gigs: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On the Saturday we're playing Cherfest at the New Inn in Cherwell. That's like a day thing on in the middle of the day. And then we've got the lovely Smile Radio Horbury Working Men's Club event.
Yeah.
So don't go to Leeds Fest. Come and see us for 3 days in a row.
Yeah. Free entry. Come down. There'll be
That's
gin and
right.
all sorts.
But I think we've got October. We've got a fairly quiet September. We've got a Battle of the Bands in Dewsbury, West Riding. The first heat's on the 29th of September. But then October, we're back at the Den in Harrogate, who really like us. And we love playing there. It's really fun. But we've even got York coming up, which will be new for us. So we'll make a day of that. That'll be good. There's too much coming up now.
And we're putting on a Halloween show as well.
Really?
This is going to be a big one. On the 1st of November, day after Halloween. It's at Henry Boone's in Wakefield. And we've got support from the spooky My Wonderful Days, who played in the centre stage competition. They were finalists. And they've got a whole like gothic My Chemical Romance vibe about them in the look and the songs and stuff. Perfect for Halloween.
Yeah.
And also supported by our friend Keith Wilde. He's going to be doing some acoustic funny songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring your filth.
Effing and
Yeah.
jeffing
Oh,
all night long.
Well, we might have to see if we can get down there and stream it and put a parental guide at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
No, he does some really cracking numbers. Like, did we say he were like that window cleaning song?
George Formby.
He's a bit George Formby-ish, yeah, but he's, you know, some of the songs are very subtly rude, very Monty Python-esque, some of them.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
some
it's
not so subtle.
No.
Funny. So, should we play MPC?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Ruben, go on. I'll let you introduce it.
All right. So this is Big Rooster Jeff's MPC.
Live on Smile Radio.
Yes.
First it's getting colder, been feeling around this button all night. She left after I told her, been breathing by this button all my life. Here's one for you boys, out as a laugh down a low side until I fall back asleep. And here's one for those girls that keen to not play characters. Christ, it's getting colder. Keep sniffing around this button all the time. Keep pushing, pushing, pushing till I feel hurt. There's one for you boys, out as a laugh down until I fall back asleep. There's one for those girls that keen to not play characters.
is.
Next album.
I have to say, I think, yeah, definitely NPC is my favourite. That's definitely my favourite. We've just been talking about, in while the mics have been off, about, as I said earlier, about it being very Bowie-esque. And for the listeners who probably don't know this, Ruben is the biggest Bowie geek. He's just been telling me stuff that I didn't even know about Bowie. So yeah, he's impressive. Yeah. So getting back to, because I was asking earlier about how did NPC come about, and I'll pass this back to you, Ruben. So just tell me about how, or tell the listeners all about.
You're just gonna laugh at this now.
No, come on.
So it was more about wrong notes basically than it was about correct notes. So you have a thing where when you're doing a song, when you're writing it or learning a song, you play a wrong note, and that wrong note is a lot of the time more interesting than what you intended to play. So NPC was basically a collection of wrong notes and errors sort of stuck together, things that I'd wanted to play, like that riff. I wanted to do something a bit more complex, but then my hands sort of slipped. And with that intro as well, I wanted to do something a bit more complex, a bit different, and then just sort of my hands just sort of slipped a bit, and I just sort of thought the wrong notes sounded better than what I was originally intended to, and kept those in, and then worked it in around that.
The gods wanted you to play those notes.
Yeah, the wrong notes.
The wrong notes.
Yeah.
Bit like what was that comedian? It's probably before
Les Dawson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To actually play the wrong note on purpose. Because
Yeah.
apparently I can't play a piano anyway, but the guy, he was a genius. I'm going off on a different tangent, but he was a really good musician though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Really good musician.
It's tough. Do you ever try and like sing out of key if you're ever doing an impression?
I can do
of
that quite easy.
You know, like if you know someone that's like tone deaf or something, and you do an impression of them, and it's like, I can't do it.
You want to hear Chris? You want to hear Chris? He is tone deaf. It's hilarious because sometimes, like, if he's got the headphones and I'll just take my headphones and he's singing away.
I can't wait.
I'll secretly record him. You know, like.
Do you know we need a recording of Chris singing Redshift? That's what I want.
Oh, right.
That's
right.
what I
We'll
want for
Chris,
Christmas.
if you're listening, that's what we're going to be doing. We'll be playing Redshift.
Got something to rib him about now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
got
we
some-
can
got some- got some-
I'm not, Max. I'm not even joking. He's tone deaf.
Yeah.
He can't. And you know, it's funny. You know when he doesn't even know the lyrics, and he sounds like he's in pain.
We've got a bit like that.
I tell you what. I tell you what. Next album, I'll write him a song with only one note in it. And it'll be alright then.
we have a friend who's helped us out various times in the past, and his name rhymes with mob, just to be subtle there. And we were once at his house, and he started singing us this song, and he claimed it was our track, and it was definitely not our track.
I had no idea what that song was.
I am listening. We're just for some reason Facebook stopped, I think. But anyway,
Oh,
but we're back. We're back. It's coming back on.
it couldn't handle the complexity of NPC.
Boris is Britain. So getting back to NPC, you put the music together. You put the basics together, and then the word maestro.
I wrote the lyrics, yes, because I am a good words guy. And
So how?
Yeah.
I know we were on about. Well, I went on about earlier on about with Elton John and Tim Rice, and now they do all this stuff together. One comes together with the music, one puts the words together, and it just seems to work.
yeah.
So, how did you come up with the lyrics for that particular song? Then, what were all that about?
It's just things that you cannot say to people. You gotta say them in the songs instead. Like most of them that were written at that time, actually.
So, how long ago was that written then?
Probably like that was just after. This is taking it back now. The summer of 2017.
Yeah, so that was one of the first ones we knocked together, because I think, it was, wasn't it? Like, we played that at his first gig.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I think at that time it was more you two had scraps of songs and brought them together, and then I played drums over them that I was hoping no one else could do. So then I was the drummer, and here we are now.
And all the lyrics are all just like getting out stuff, like therapy sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And you write it down and you play it and you mash it around and you jump around and then it's over and then you're all good.
So what else is coming up then? Well, I know you've got the 360. We've got the the heights, the dizzy heights of Horbury Working Men's Club.
Aye.
York.
A fine stage. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's joking apart. It's
It's a
a
cracking play.
It's a brilliant little venue, and again, it's for a fantastic cause, for charity, mate.
Absolutely.
For charity.
Yeah.
So we're liking that. So what else is going on this? Are you doing anything nice this weekend?
I think we're just relaxing
Having
this
a rest
weekend, aren't
for
we?
once.
Yeah.
We've been playing in Sheffield. We've been doing 2 gigs a weekend, and to be honest, we all. Well, Ruben works Sundays,
Yeah,
and
I
me
do.
and Max work the rest of the week.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
nice,
I
isn't it?
work Tuesdays now as well. For your information, I did work on Tuesday.
Oh dear.
I did. Can I say something about that?
Yeah, go on.
Well, I did. I guessed. Right, this is very special. I guested on someone else's track, played piano on someone else's song. Who did they were doing a song, and they said, "Oh, will you do a piano part for it?" So I went down to the studio in Bradford and spent about 4 hours knocking together about sort of 6 different piano parts, and then the bloke behind the desk whizzed his magic, stuck the best bits together, and created the full take for the song.
Wow. So are you allowed to say what it is or not?
Yeah, I feel a bit guilty now.
Yeah, because me and Max are starting our own
Plugging
band.
someone else's. You always do this. You always do this. I made some good money out of that.
You're allowed.
No, it was for someone called Evie Gallagher, who I know, and I shall send her away once the track's done. You'll have to play it. And you'll
She's
have
been
to,
on BBC Introducing.
yeah, she's been on BBC Introducing. You'll have to do a double bill. You'll have to say, "This is Ruben from Big Rooster Jeff" on Evie's track, and you'll have to do a double bill.
That is
Yeah, well-
right. Yes.
So what do you do? Do you play on a Sunday? You play it.
Oh, that's my job now. Is I play at hello to anyone from St Mary's who's listening. I play the organ at St Mary's Church in Batley. I love it. It's great. It's very different to what you'd normally do, because any other type of gig, you're playing your songs to other people, and they do know how it should sound, but you're not doing it for them. You're kind of doing it for yourself. You're kind of playing your
And
own
Jesus.
tracks, and you're hoping that people's going to enjoy them. But this is completely different, because you're playing songs that other people have written for other people that already know what they sound like, and they've got to be able to sing along. So it's a fun gig. Yeah, it's definitely a fun gig. It's a bit different, but it's a
So
fun
he
gig.
plays with us sometimes, but mostly he plays for the church.
Yeah.
This prog covers band and Evie Gallagher.
Keep
At
him
least
busy.
if we go to work with you on Sunday, we can go to Spoons after. That's
Yeah.
sort of a big bonus.
Yeah. Oh, and,
Very big bonus.
Do you ever feel the urge to go into NPC on the?
It's got to happen one day.
Yeah. I've played.
Can you imagine the congregation?
I've played some
You
funny
heathen.
songs on the organ. I've played some ridiculous things on there. Like I've played some.
Well, Mr. Crowley.
Yeah.
Ozzy
Played some
Osbourne.
Ozzy
one time.
Osbourne. I've played Genesis on there a lot. I did. I was doing someone's wedding a few months ago, and I played Life on Mars while they were signing register at the wedding, and the congregation loved it.
That's brilliant. I bet it sounds really cool that on an actual church organ.
It does.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
authentic.
So is it one of the full pipes and all that
yeah,
kind
the
of stuff?
full works. Yeah, it's got a.
So the
to switch it
pedals
on,
and
yeah.
all that. So how did you learn to play that then?
Well, it's
Just
basically
YouTube.
blagging it basically. I bought a bunch of electric ones sort of about a couple of years ago. So just sort of I saw them in charity shops and bought them and clogged up the basement at home with them. And then one of Patrick's friends gave me like a big one, and I just love playing it. I just love playing. I just love. You've ruined the story. Yeah, one of Patrick's
Ruben,
friends.
I'm
yeah,
listening.
yeah.
I'm listening.
One of Patrick's friends gave me a large organ to play with whenever I wanted, and it's just sat in the front room at home. And when I've got an evening spare, I go in there and I just vent all my frustrations out on the organ.
Puffing his pillows.
Oh well, look, Chris is listening now.
He'd be in his element, won't he?
But anyway, I did a friend of a friend's wedding came up, and they said, "Oh, we don't have anybody for organ." So I did that. I did their organ for a little bit, and I can't avoid it now. I just can't avoid it. And then I just sort of wormed my way in and ended up playing for the congregation at church.
That's because it's not an easy thing to learn though, is it? Because you've got all the pedals and all that. Is that right? And
Yeah. It's certainly fun, and it's very rewarding getting something right on something like that.
We're gonna put it on the next album. I think.
Yeah,
it's got to be done.
We've got a nice little slow song called Months Ago, and when we record that, I'm going to take down the poshest mics I've got to the church and a laptop and record just some ambient organ to go in the background. Because it's one of those people don't actively want to listen to church organ, but if you played something, I thought, oh, that sounds nice.
Right then, well, while we're going to break for a song, so I'm going to play. Have you heard of the Hijacks, the guys from Dewsbury?
No, I don't think so.
This is I actually met Wes Johnson, who was the bassist. He came in. He used to work with Chris, and he's a bassist in the Hijacked. And his solo stuff is he calls himself Elvis Wesley.
Yeah, I think you told us about it last time we were here.
And he's very funny, very talented guy actually. And he come and he did a song. In fact, I'll find that actually, and I'll play that one a bit later on. And it's about the Battle of Frontier. And it's the lyrics to it. If you listen to the lyrics, very, very clever. Anyway, this is My Cocaine by the Hijacked. You're listening to Rich without Chris live on Smile Radio, and I've been joined live in the studio with the Big Rooster Jeff boys.
Hey. Can see the light behind the haze, but you came to brighten up all my darkest days, and you're like the sunshine on the morning rain. You are my salvation, you're my cocaine. Darkest days, and you're like the sunshine on the morning rain. You are my salvation, you're my cocaine. You're like the sunshine on the morning rain. You are my salvation, you're my cocaine. You rape my soul, free my mind. Make me feel like I'm alive. That's just what you did to me. You helped me up when I was down, and helped me turn my life around. That's just what you did to me. I was a mess until you walked in, and now I see the picture, all the pieces fit. And you're enough to send a madman insane. You are my salvation, you're my cocaine. You rape my soul, free my mind. Make me feel like I'm alive. That's just what you did to me. You helped me up when I was down, helped me turn my life around. That's just what you did to me.
College Grove Nursery in Wakefield has been providing the highest standard of childcare for over 22 years. Situated on Eastmore Road, we are close to the M1 and M62 motorway network and also convenient for Wakefield city centre, schools and major places of employment. For more details, check out our website at www.collegegrovenursery.co.uk or give us a call on 01924 200 120 to arrange a visit. College Grove, a special nursery which takes a hand, opens a mind and touches a heart.
Right then, we're back on. Ruben's been giving his portfolio jokes.
I have.
And they're definitely not for the radio. Definitely not. It's quite amusing though, I'll give you that.
Oh, cheers.
Quite amusing.
I tried to
Chris would really appreciate that. He's still not been in touch. He's gone, pardon the pun, he's gone radio silent. So Chris, if you are listening, get in touch because we want to get you on the radio.
There'll be that storm.
Yeah, that's Storm in
him.
Cardiff.
Is he in Wales?
Cardiff, yeah, he's been down in Cardiff, yeah. So what did you think? I know we were chatting a lot over the chat, but
Yeah, it was a good track. There was a good guitar solo in there. Wasn't it?
yeah, the guitarist is really good. I'm not saying that you're not Max, but
Well,
he's tasty, yeah, as Max had put it. So we're live on Smile Radio with Rich without Chris and the Big Rooster Big Rooster Jeff boys. Can't even put my teeth in. Then. So what else? What other influences that has helped you with Big Rooster Jeff?
I think it's the diversity. So me and Ruben have a similar influence of sort of 60s to 80s generally, but then Max has his. When me and Ruben were growing up, no one liked our music, but Max liked music that everyone liked. So I think that sort of brings a nice. It lets us have a pop element, but then still be a bit obscure. And like Max is a bit more modern than us. You know.
yeah. These guys are of the belief that good music stopped being written on 11/59, 1989, New Year's Eve. Nothing after that.
For me, it's like
Good to them.
anything past digitisation, which was in about 84, 85, when they started recording on a floppy disk. That was when music started to suck real bad, but no.
I like it all though, man. I like all the new stuff, and I like Mozart more than you do. So, who's really got the wide range now, boys? Yeah?
Oh no, you're talking about wide range. Me, big Prokofiev fan.
Well, you can puck off here.
I know you won't be able to handle it.
He's got to come back.
Look at you always hiding away.
Are you sure this has not been rehearsed? Too slick.
Ria isn't a classical composer. What are you doing, man?
I'll get my coat. So, well, I want you to pick a song for me and let me know. I'm going to play. In fact, I'll play Elvis Wesley's song about the Great Frontier. It's quite interesting. But I want you to think about some tracks that give you influences, and we'll whether they're famous or not. And if I can find them, I'll play them. If not, we'll wing it.
Yeah,
we'll wing it.
Nice.
So let me just find Wesley's. I think this is it here. So we'll play this. And this is, like I said, when he come in, he actually played it live on an acoustic in here, and it were really, really good. He were really good, bless him. And he's quite funny actually. Anyway, so this is the Battle of the Frontier.
Sewage plant on Bradford Road. Gonna build a club where the greats will go. Tom Jones sings, Gene Pitney's vocals ring. Eartha Kitt sings from her soul. She ain't ever been in such a hole as this. In the great frontier, the locals finish work, the dirty and brown. They have the best night outside of London town. Morecambe and Wise, hijacked on a Sunday night. Shirley Bassey shines, diamonds are forever in the crystal room lights again. In the great frontier, I heard they paid Louis Armstrong about 20 grand. When we played, there was nothing for my band. Ken Dodd makes him laugh. Neil Sedaka playing loud. Roy Orbison is struggling to find a pretty woman in the crowd. In the great frontier, the mob came from London for protection and pay. The Carrigan, a fairground worker, sent them on their way. Murray skipped singing, battling night fever. He met his wife on the dance floor. She was a waitress, who would believe her? Yeah. In the great frontier, change from variety to the tear. With Thatcher's Britain fighting and drinking beer. And there's Black Lace, having a gangbang in the perfect place. Bugs Fist still making their mind up. The feet sticking to the stage in this wind-up here. In the great frontier, you wanna get in early for cheap drinks and having it large. The bus to Barcelona, it was free of charge. The stars of the past turning in their graves. It's just a room full of Kevs trying to pull underage girls in the rave. Yeah. The great frontier, it's bulldozed to make way for a jam. Where the hell are we supposed to go? We'll never see that laser show again. Yeah. In the great frontier.
About 5,000 years ago, Alfred Fossil, a mild-mannered, over-the-hill club DJ, walked into Smile Radio via digital email abomination. He arrived shoeless and toothless from the redneck hills of bloody Tennessee, USA, with plans of delivering more diversity to the Smile musical configurations. Punk rock, mashup, house remixes, and dubstep are his weapons of choice. But his ultimate weapon he unleashes weekly at the beginning of his show, which is a parody of ridiculousness and disgrace rarely heard on airwaves anywhere about the globe. So if you're tired of listening to hip, cool music and their uppity, city-fied ways, but just want to be shocked back into reality, check out Colonel Bacchus Radio, Fridays at 6 p.m., right here on Fish and Chips Happy Smile Radio.
Colonel Bacchus on after us. Absolutely mad as a box of frogs. He's stonewall bonkers. Anyway, what did you think of the Great Frontier? By Elvis
I enjoyed
Wesley.
it, super folky.
Yeah.
Very historical now.
Yeah, it's a gym.
Yeah, have you guys seen that? They've been. I know you haven't, Pat.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh, no, there's a good one. Go on.
It's dead good. Apparently, I've heard good things.
No, we went to play a gig for Ruben's to help with Ruben's college course not so long back. I went to a working men's club and we couldn't see where everyone was. Yeah. And we walked in downstairs and they're having Slimming World and we all walked in and at first I thought it was some kind of intervention for me. And then we realised everyone were upstairs.
Oh, the cruel out the pat.
I know. Bad boys.
Bad boys. So,
cheers, Ken.
Right then, so while that was Elvis Wesley was playing, I'm asking the boys to pick a song or a couple of songs because we do normally have the all request hour-ish. Depends on how overrun we do. We're overrun by 30 minutes, but we don't really care, do we?
We don't care.
We're not,
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Free range roosters.
Free range roosters, yeah, man.
It's Friday. We ain't
So,
got to do.
because we've got the Fountain of All Bowie with us, why have you picked this one then?
It's
Ruben?
my favourite David Bowie track, and that's because it's very obscure and just its messages. The lyrics are excellent, the production's excellent, and apparently this one was written by the producer. Just wrote on a blackboard all the chords he liked and just pointed to them when they played them, and then this song came out.
Wow, I didn't know that. Every day's a school day with you, Ruben, isn't it?
Because he works some days.
Don't be tardy.
Pat, I'm going to make you listen to this one. You've got to keep the headphones on.
Yeah, I will do.
So this is... Go on, I'll let you introduce it, Ruben.
So
Come
this is a Fantastic Voyage from David Bowie's 1979 epic album Lodger.
Alright.
Right, back after this.
In the event that this fantastic voyage should turn to erosion and we never get old, remember it's true, dignity is valuable, but our lives are valuable too. To live with somebody's depression, and I don't want to live with somebody's depression. We'll get by, I suppose. It's a very modern world, but nobody's perfect. It's a moving world, but that's no reason. Shoot some of those missiles. Think of us as fatherless scum. It won't be forgotten. Goods will never say anything nice again. We'll wait. And the wrong words make you listen in this criminal world. Remember it's true. Loyalty is valuable, but our lives are valuable too. We're learning to live with somebody's depression, and I don't want to live with somebody's depression. We'll get by, I suppose. But any sudden movement, I've got to write it down. They wipe out an entire race, and I've got to write it down. But I'm still getting educated, but I've got to write it down. And it won't be forgotten, 'cause I'll never say anything nice again. How can
I like that anyway.
We'll chat about obscure Bowie afterwards and I'll give you some more.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll have to introduce you to Marie. And can we keep it purely platonic though? Really, it's the wife.
This hot
She's a massive Bowie fan. Anyway, so with the next song we're going to be, because I've got a few requests coming in. We've had a request for the Big J Giles band, Angel Innocent. And I thought that'll be coming up after this. One from Pat and one from Max. So why this one? We haven't been able to find the one that you wanted, have we?
Oh no, but it's same people. So when I owe pretty much most of my musicness to my dad, and he'd sort of constantly play stuff all the time. We didn't go anywhere without tunes. And Split Ends were one of them. Split Ends became Crowded House, you'll all know they are.
Mm-hmm.
But this is their most famous track, their hit they did called I Got You.
So you're listening to Rich Without Chris with the Big Rooster Jeff boys live on Smile Radio. And don't forget, we are coming up to the all request hour-ish, and we've got a few more coming in. Get in touch with me, Instagram and Twitter, Smile Radio 3, or drop me an email, richard@smileradio.co. Not .com or .com. As I keep telling everybody.
.ru.
Yeah.
Or .au.
Yeah, or drop us a message on Facebook Live. We're on streaming live, Smile Radio Yorkshire. So this is I Got You by Split Ends.
I got you, that's all I want. I won't forget, that's a whole lot. I don't go out, not now that you're in. Sometimes we shout, but that's no problem. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell that I'm not lying. Look at you, you're a pageant. You're everything that I've imagined. And something's wrong, I feel uneasy. Reassure me, tell me you're not teasing. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell that I'm not lying. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell me you're not lying. There's no doubt, not when I'm with you. When I'm without, I stay in my room. Where do you go? I get no answer. You're always out. It gets on my nerves. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell that I'm not lying. But I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell me you're not lying. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell that I'm not lying.
So we're back with the Rooster Jeff. Oh, whoa,
steady.
sweet child of mine.
Calm
Right then, we've got Max's turn. So come on, tell us why this one.
Huzzah. This just awakened my music in my teenage years and just brought me into that emo rock phase. Inspired me. It's so good. Because I liked rock music before. I liked to listen to Green Day, American Idiot when that came out. Big influence. And The Killers, Hot Fuzz, had those 2 albums. Listened to them non-stop. They were ace. And I liked Robbie Williams as a kid. Still do. He's great. Closest thing to Elvis I've got nowadays.
If you're listening, Robbie.
Until I come into my prime, of course. But yeah, I sort of when I got into high school, I sort of got less into music, more into sports and stuff like that, and sort of moved away from it a bit. Stopped playing violin, so I wasn't playing anything at the time. And then I just heard Welcome to the Black Parade. My mate Jack Williamson showed me it. He plays in a band called Rothschild, yeah. And he showed me this song, and I just got shivers all the way through. It's just such a tune. Made me want to play guitar, made me want to sing in a band, made me want to do it all at once. Have an octopus plasty so I could have all the arms and do it all together. I just think it's great.
That's one thing I love about music, because it takes you a point in time. It takes you, it's good, bad, indifferent, and I don't trust anybody who don't like music.
No, you're
yeah. And there are people like that, aren't there?
I've got a mate. Well, I'd just say he doesn't like it, but he's, I don't get it.
Indifferent. Yeah, that's even worse.
What do you mean you don't get it?
Yeah. But then there's that, and then there's people who just listen to the radio because other people do, and that's something I find very odd. They say, why do you like the top 20? You say, it's just because it's what people do. That's what's even more confusing, isn't it? When they don't have a definite reason for liking something, they just go, it's because it's what people do.
And this, the whole premise of Smile Radio is about, we want to be the beacon for unsigned music, and me personally, I'd love to be known as a modern day John Peel, and I know that's a big comment or statement, but I'd love to be able to, since we launched, we've hit over 100,000 listeners, which is amazing. Thank you everybody for sticking with us and all the rest of it, and giving people that opportunity. And that's what I love, because don't get me wrong, some of the stuff that we have, I won't play it, but but I don't knock anybody for having a go, because
we all need a chance, and there's not enough chance anymore.
No,
it's not like it was. People don't care. There's people who try really hard and they don't get listened to because no one cares, because they do just want to hear rubbish that everyone else is already doing. Never going to diss anyone or whatever music they do, but there's just a lot of mediocrity and banality coming through the radio, and I think that makes people want to listen to worse music, because they're then satisfied with something so simple and easy. Why don't they want to go at full length and listen to maybe someone who's tried a bit harder on their own, maybe even in the bedroom, and isn't famous? Do you know what I mean? People don't care, but you do.
The standards, the standards are lowered, and the messages and the morals are lowered.
Yeah.
The songs that you're hearing, bands like, Pussycat Dolls promoting, trying to steal someone else's man. They're a band for little girls. Adults don't listen to them. So why are you making songs like that? But that's just all accepted,
Jonas Brothers.
And and it's not from the heart either. Our stuff is legitimate, right from the heart.
And that goes for all unsigned bands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the thing is, I like people do cover stuff and all the rest of it. Musicians, I've got the utmost respect for people who are willing to get on the stage, because it's a hard thing to do. I mean, once you're on there, obviously you get nervous and all this, but once you're up there, it's like the only thing I can relate to is we touched on earlier on. We did the live fields with the live rooms, and that was amazing. 3,000 people there, and I was on stage, and I was just in my absolute element.
You were both buzzing on stage. You could hear it in your voice. You just wanted to be there.
I mean, I love doing this, and I'd love to do this as a proper job. Because I love radio, I love talking rubbish and all the rest of it. But to be able to entertain people like you guys and all the thousands and thousands of musicians that are trying, they're doing the clubs, they're doing the circuits, they're doing all that rest of it. I've got the utmost admiration for that, because it's not something that happens overnight. You've got to be dedicated. You've got, like you've taught yourself to play the piano, the bloody hell, help me out here. The
Organ.
church organ. Thank you very much. God, I'm having some senior moments today, Max. That's twice that's happened today. I think you better trade me in for a new one, Marie. I think I'm
No
out
problem, Chris. No problem.
Idris is waiting in the wings.
Oh yeah, you can't get a word in with him, can you? Oh.
Wow.
Cheers, Paul McCartney.
So yeah, I just think so there's a compliment in somewhere, but to be able to be, and that's where and I don't want to sell out to the commercial side of it, because I know we have to be sustainable, and we have to be able to get some income coming in, and if anybody wants to sponsor us, get in touch. Richard on smileradio.co.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, pay up.
Yeah,
We're grateful for your admiration, man. Yeah, we like it, and we really dig what you've got going on. And,
but it's amazing how many people are contacting us. Me and Richie, and Chris as well, and the other presenters. We've got the Codfather who's on tonight at 9 o'clock, so stay tuned for that. He did a live gig at the in Leeds last week, and he had 4 unsigned acts, and it's all about unsigned. And it's a bit punk. It's a bit it's a bit out there, alternative rock. But there's some serious music out there, and there's some journeymen they've gone up and down the country, and but we're getting stuff from all over the world. That's the beauty of the internet. We're getting all over the world. It's not just about in the UK, but yeah. So Big Rooster Jeff is being broadcasted, and I'll be able to find out. We had people in Australia, actually in India as well, listening. Bizarre.
Wow.
It's bizarre. So, but that's the beauty of the internet. It's a good thing of it, anyway.
I mean, they like cows over there, don't they? They like worship cows.
Sacred cow?
Yeah. A rooster's almost a cow. It's like a farmyard brother
Yeah.
cow.
Well, it's a tedious link, Max, but yeah, he's getting there.
Almost big in India.
Not in Japan. Anyway, this is Welcome to the Black Parade. Shabba.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the Black Parade. Grow
In the mix. Back to back, beat to beat.
Come on, DJ. Hit me with another track.
Smile Radio.
Does she walk? Does she talk? Does she come complete? My homeroom angel always pulled me from my seat. She was pure like snowflakes, no one could ever stain. The memory of my angel could never cause me pain. Years go by, I'm looking through a girly magazine, and there's my home angel on the pages in between. My blood runs cold, my memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold, angel is the centerfold. My blood runs cold, my memory has just been sold. Angel is the centerfold. Slipping notes under the desk while I was thinking about her dress. I was shy, I turned away before she caught my eye. I was shaking in my shoes whenever she flashed those baby blues. Something had a hold on me when Angel passed close by. Those soft fuzzy sweaters, too magical to touch. To see her in that negligee is really just too much. My blood runs cold, yeah, my memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold, angel is the centerfold. My blood runs cold, my memory has just been sold. Oh yeah, angel is the centerfold. It's okay, I understand. This ain't no never, never land. I hope that when this issue's gone, I'll see you when your clothes are on. Take your car, yes we will. We'll take your car and drive it. We'll take it to a motel room and take them all private. A part of me has just been ripped. The pages from my mind are stripped. Oh no, I can't deny it. Oh yeah, I guess I gotta buy it. My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold. Angel is the centerfold. My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold.
There we go.
Alright.
Right, we're back. We're back with the boys
Hey,
from
hey,
Big Rooster Jeff. So we've just been on about various things that's happening over the weekend. Prosecco King Ruben.
Don't you mean Queen?
Oh, I think it's your turn now, Ruben. You picked on Pat. Now it's your turn.
No, I
Be on
can't,
it.
for legal reasons, I can't do it. He's voiced his displeasure about what I said.
Oh, you can say what? No, you can say what you like. I don't mind.
No, I'm not me.
No, you
I'm
can.
not me. It's horrible to speak ill of visuals.
He's just jealous. That's why.
So we've got a few more because this is the All Request Hour live on Smile Radio. I know we are the beacon for unsigned music, but we do play a bit of other stuff. But prefer the old rents rather than some of the modern stuff. But show me age, I think that
Mm.
Anyway, I've been asked for a bit of Blondie, Atomic. Atomic. We're going to go for Atomic, and also got Eating Rifles by the Jam. That's coming up in a couple of songs. I like a bit of Jam.
Tell a story about that.
Yeah.
Tell you later,
Yeah, is it one for the radio? Or?
Absolutely, it's a lovely one. It's a nice one.
All right. Well, we'll hear all about it straight after this. So this is Atomic Kim for Marie. So don't forget, get in touch with us. And if you've missed this show or any other show, you can go to www.smileradio.co, not .co.uk or .com. Pat likes that. You can visit our website, like I say, and click and catch up on demand, or download the podcast. Today's special show will be available on podcast, Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, and all the major podcasting sites. So this is a bit of Blondie for Marie. You're listening to Rich without Chris, with the Big Rooster Jeff boys live on Smile Radio.
massive jukebox. A jukebox you can't refuse, playing the best from the punk rock, progressive alternative scene. Now tune in Friday nights from 9 p.m. Now be warned, it's not for the faint of heart. So listen out, it's explicit, it's after 9, it's the Godfather, live on Smile Radio. And if you miss a show, catch him again on demand. Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and all good podcasting sites. The Godfather, Renegade rocking out every Friday night, only on Smile Radio.
You are tuned in to the hottest internet station online. This is
Smile Radio.
Get like.
Right, we're back on live. Sorry to interrupt, Max. He's just waffling away. You listen to Rich Without Chris live.
Supporting our local pubs, that's what we're doing.
Sporting, yeah, keeping the locals open.
Long live the local.
Have you been up to the flat top?
Oh no, I saw someone posted from there the other day.
It's brilliant. I love it up there. It's just literally,
nice.
I'm just potting, good radio. I'm potting up the road.
Oh, yeah.
You can't see that.
That one there.
That one up there, yeah. Keep the locals open. That's what we're trying to do with it. So, we're back with the Big Rooster Jeff boys, live on Smile Radio at Harrison Towers. So, guys, what do you want to expand on your Eaton Rifles song? Story?
So I got it as a single recently on vinyl, and I got it for my missus actually bought it while we were in record shop, and she said that when they were younger they used to have jam on when they did the Sunday tidy up with mum and that, and her brother for many years always thought he said eat 2 trifles.
Eat 2 trifles. Eat 2
Listen
trifles.
to it now and it'll fit. You'll never hear it the same again. Sorry everyone.
We'll have to get in touch with Weller, won't we, and see what he says. So this is Eat 2 Trifles by The Jam, live on Smile Radio.
It's Jam, isn't it? So...
Yeah, Eat 2 Trifles.
We were at a gig. Last time we were at the den, this crazy lady asked us, "Can you do any Journey?" And we were like, "No."
Don't start. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that Glee did and that everyone suddenly loved again.
Yeah. So we're coming up. Can you believe it? Down to the last sort of 9-10 minutes, boys. It's flown by.
It felt like 20.
2 minutes.
22.
Yeah.
22 minutes.
Yeah.
That's an owl joke, but it still works.
So, Ruben, we're telling a story while the mics are off about a Bowie song. We're on about lyrics, you know. Eating rifles. Eat 2 rifles. So, what was your story?
About the song
Yeah.
Fantastic Voyage. Well,
Yeah.
basically, at that time, I feel like I Bowie a story now. Tony Visconti, big up if you're listening, the producer. But basically, what happened was in the late 70s, he got fed up of being like super famous, and he wanted to do something so obscure that people would stop buying his records, and he could go back to being a private individual. But the opposite happened basically. And that song we heard there was his collaborator had written a bunch of chords that he liked on the blackboard, and he just pointed to the chords, and the musicians played them, and then pointed to the next one, and then they had that song, and he wrote the lyrics around that. That was my interesting Bowie fact for the day.
He's a chaotic writer, isn't he?
He is,
really
yeah.
chaotic writer. Interesting.
But what about the seagull? That one there.
Oh, is that friendly for radio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, basically, I was on the Ziggy Stardust forum a while back, and there was a commenter who said that he thought the lyric "making love with his ego" sounded like making love with a seagull, and he thought it was that for many years.
Imagine that karaoke.
It's like a Peter Kay sketch, isn't it? Where he songs with lyrics, people. Yeah. Right, I'm going to play. This one's for you, Max. We're going to play a bit of Robbie Williams. We've been asked for, yeah.
Thanks for that.
Let me entertain you. And
Right.
And then we're going to finish off with Bohemian Rhapsody just to wrap the show up. So, this is for you, Max. And don't forget, as I said earlier, if you've missed this show, any of the show, you can go to our website, smileradio.co, click on demand, or download a podcast from iTunes, Spotify, and all the major podcasting sites. So, listen to Rich with a Big Rooster Jeff, boys, live on Smile Radio.
What?
Without Chris.
We stopped doing that. It's been fun.
Hell is gone and heaven's here. There's nothing left for you to fear. Shake your ass, come over here. Now scream. I'm a burning effigy of everything I used to be. You're my rock of empathy, my dear. So come on, let me entertain you. Let me entertain you. Last a shot for you to die. So grab yourself an alibi. Heaven knows your mother lied. Bring me sunshine in your smile.
You like this, boy?
Bring me
Join in if you want. Put your
laughter
headphones on, you can't hear it.
all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy.
Right, then coming out to the last 3 or 4 minutes, all that's left to say is a massive thank you to the Big Rooster Jeff boys. I keep getting it wrong way around, aren't I, boy? Thank you so much. And
No, thank you.
Massive, you're welcome.
And don't forget, you can catch this show on Podbeam or iTunes, Spotify, or go to our website and download and click on demand and listen again. So we're going to finish off with an absolute Queen classic. For the last few, when I find it, where are we? We're going to play a bit of Bohemian Rhapsody. So all I have to say, thanks everybody, thanks for tuning in, thanks for everybody watching on Facebook Live, your messages, Instagram and Twitter. I've been Rich without Chris, and you guys have been...
Big Rooster Jeff.
Big Rooster.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you.
So here we go, we're playing a bit of Queen. Thanks again, guys, and don't forget, give us 3 rings when you get him.
Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun